What is up, everybody? The Iceman here on the Iceman's Return YouTube channel. It's been a minute since my last video. Unfortunately, we had a death in the family that we're dealing with, but I still have been able to watch wrestling. And I must say, Bound for Glory was a good show. Extreme Rules really pulled out all the stops. I loved both pay-per-views. I think Triple H is doing a great job in the WWE right now. So we'll see what develops. We'll get back to Triple H in a moment or so. But it's been reported, and we will see this in the next few weeks, that Matt Taven, Michael Bennett, Maria Kanellis Bennett, and Vincent are leaving Impact Wrestling. WWE is interested in Matt Taven. Whether or not Maria and Bennett are part of that picture, I would think they would be, because they have tagged together for I don't know how long. But again, we don't know. And also, Mia Yim is also done with the company. And this is what Impact Wrestling fans deal with every single year. They bring in people, they give them belts for the most part, and then they lose them and they're gone. Now, Taven and Bennett have not held these belts for very long, but remember, last year, the Briscoes got the belt and they lost it and they bolted. So, we're going to see in the next few weeks on Impact Wrestling how they lead up to the departure. They do now have, right now, Bobby Fish and Bully Ray. They have Kaz, who is now the X Division champion. Will Speedball Mike Bailey leave as well? You have to wonder. But again, I think what keeps Impact going is the fact they always find a way to bring in different people regardless of how long they stay. And it just gives a fresh flavor to the show. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. And Triple H in charge of WWE since Vince McMahon has stepped down. I think he's done a great job. And it's sort of funny. Triple H is right now sort of like a Tony Khan from AEW. He's bringing a bunch of people back, because we saw on Monday Night Raw that Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows returned to join up with AJ Styles. Pretty cool, And he brought back Sarah Logan. I think she's going to end up teaming up with Liv Morgan, who I believe is going to turn heel, because we all saw when she was getting choked out by Ronda Rousey at Extreme Rules, she had that smile on her face. So there's some interesting things that are developing with WWE, and I think Triple H is really doing a really good job. And, one has to wonder, how many more people is he bringing back? We saw the return of Bray Wyatt at Extreme Rules at the end of the show. Now, a lot of people are huge fans of Bray Wyatt. Honestly, I'm not the biggest fan, but that's me. I'm one out of millions that love him. So, that's sort of cool. Seth Rollins gets the U.S. title from Bobby Lashley. Brock Lesnar returns. He's going to start feuding with Lashley. And a lot of people have been waiting for this match for, quite some time. So, Triple H is trying to deliver. And we'll see how things really end up developing. I think Raw and SmackDown, the ratings are staying on an even keel. But if Triple H keeps on bringing people back, you're creating a bigger roster, which creates more different kinds of matchups. And that's what I like to see. Because you get tired of the two same people wrestling for months at a time, and You know, and for Riddle to defeat Seth Rollins, actually, I think that was one of the very first times Seth Rollins ever tapped out. Seth is a game player. He's a team player, and he's won everything there is really to win in WWE. He's there. He's there to put people over. And let's face it, you know, when Cody came back, he put over Cody. Now was feuding with Riddle. He's putting over Riddle. What can you say about Seth Rollins? You know, a very popular guy in the WWE, and I'm loving it. I'm totally loving it. WWE is doing a great job. Triple H, kudos to you. Tony Khan's got to figure things out in AEW. I like sort of what he's doing, but I'm not sure if he knows where to go with what he's got. They recently signed Moxley to a 5-year contract. It's not all about wrestling. It's also mentoring people backstage and whatever. And that was a good lockdown deal for 5 years. You know, you don't want to lose Jon Moxley. And right now, the investigation is supposed to be nearing an end. So will we see the Bucks and Omega come back? I thought for sure we were going to see Punk get fired, but maybe because of the investigations and the lawyers involved, Tony Khan really don't have a leg to stand on quite yet. I honestly don't see CM Punk wrestling again for AEW. Let's face it, it was the biggest bust AEW has really ever done by signing this man to a huge contract, getting the title twice, getting hurt twice, and the first time they should have stripped him of the title. I don't like these interim belts, and so we'll wait and see what develops there. Thunder Rosa, no one's spoken a word about her. Why is Toni Storm still called the interim champion? I don't get it. Are they just doing this on purpose and then Thunder Rosa just shows up? One has to wonder about that as well. So, all in all, wrestling has really, really been pretty damn good. I'm enjoying it. Like I said, I keep up with WWE. I don't always watch their shows. I do watch Dynamite. I do watch Impact. And I watch everybody's, you know, the 3 pay-per-views with Impact, WWE, and AEW. And occasionally I'll watch like NWA's pay-per-views or the other New Japan pay-per-views, but it's so much content to keep up with, especially now the baseball playoffs are on. I mean, we're trying to keep up with a lot of stuff. So we got next Tuesday, we got Moxley and Hangman Page. I'm really caught in the middle on this one. But now that Moxley signed a contract, I see him beating Hangman, but I also don't see MJF beating Moxley and getting that title possibly at Full Gear. I would think it would make more sense for MJF to beat Hangman, but again, who am I? And I'm going to tell you something. AEW is one promotion I can never figure it out. So anyway, this is the Iceman here on the 11th of October, and we'll see you all next time. Peace out, everybody. Enjoy your wrestling, and we'll see what happens next.